All right. Thanks everyone for joining us for another episode of As the Suns Burn, an Invisible Sun RPG story here on Variant Roles. I am your host and game master, Dan Gaston, at MadSciDM on Twitter. I use he, him pronouns. And we are here with some very special folks today. We've got two of our recurring cast members who will introduce themselves momentarily, and a very special guest who's been on all day on Variant Roles today, and including running tech in the last Dungeon of the Mad Mage special one shot. So we appreciate it very much, Matthew Foreman. Matthew, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I would just like to say I'm a little tired, but it is nice to spend an entire day with my Variant Roles family.
Excellent. Well, we are also happy that you are here and excited because you've been such a supporter in chat and the Discord on all of our shows. And I know you've been itching to play some Invisible Sun, so it's great to have you here. All right, so we will let you introduce your character momentarily, but I'm going to go to Sam. And for all of those of you who have been watching previous episodes, she did our previous overlay, has done our new sexy overlay that we're running right now. So, Sam, how are you doing? Who are you playing?
I'm really hyped. I'm really nervous. I'm really excited because we have big plans. And we've been talking about them for like 3 days now. And I'm so ready. My leg is like shaking constantly because I'm so nervous. But I'm ready. I'm Sam. I'm 65th Victor on Twitter. My pronouns are she, they, and Lucky is an ardent apostate who shepherds minds. His pronouns are he, him. And I'm so happy that everybody's here to see this.
Lucky is our delightful garbage trash boyfriend, and we are here for it. Excellent. And of course, Corey, how are you doing? Who are you playing?
I am doing so good because I also am super excited for these plans. So excited. My name is Corey Hickson. My pronouns are he, they. You can find me on the internet, same spots. Today, I am playing Alice. She is an ardent maker who turns tales into reality. And she's just sort of going along a nice growth arc into crime right now. So, yeah, we've got that going for us.
Excellent. And so, Matthew, who are you playing today? Our new guest.
Hi, I'm Matthew, he, him pronouns. I am going to be playing Nigel Vandenberg, who also has he, him pronouns. He is a bizarre stoic Vance who consorts with demons.
I am excited. Consorts with Demons being one of the brand new fortes from Book M, which luckily arrived for me on Thursday when I got home from work. And I was just itching, and as soon as I saw Consorts with Demons, I was like, I know who's going to like that.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. So we've had a bit of downtime since our last episode. So in our last episode in Explorations, and at the end of which Henrietta met her Weaver mentor, who has taken her off for a month. And it's around the end of that month, but she has taken some vacation time with Emma Elizabeth as they've opened the romance arc. And they took a little trip on the sunships and sailed to the Silver, and are currently hanging out in a library made of waterfalls as of today, and talking to some folks. So that sounds very exciting. But what have other people gotten up to, at least in the broad strokes? I know Alice and Lucky have gotten up to some stuff over the month as well. So what do you want to fill us in on?
Ooh, well, I don't know how much we want to say, but we had a nice trip to the cafe where we talked about some things. Sam, do you know how much we should say? I don't want to say too much more than that.
I wouldn't.
Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, for Alice, she's been doing a lot of crafting. She's been going away in the disco ball. We've got some new gadgets coming out. And then maybe later I'll talk about some arcs that Alice opened up if they happen to come up. Um, yeah.
Okay, excellent. So you folks have a very particular thing that you want to accomplish today, and it involves, because we'll just set the scene, it involves the Ash Gardens, and you want to liberate some children because they're making glass orbs there, which is the basic currency of Saturnine, and child labor sucks. So that is what you want to do. Emma, Elizabeth, and Henrietta are on vacation when you've decided to pull off this little scheme of yours.
They have no idea.
Yeah. So are you folks starting in Dark Basement?
I'm not sure where we were going to start. I kind of assumed we would start with like meeting up somewhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's going to be Dark Basement, that's fine. It's probably fairly central, right?
Yes,
I
it
don't
is.
know.
I mean, it's practically like meeting at Alice's house, really.
Yeah. You have to get to Dark Basement to get to Alice's house. So,
All right, so let's start things off with our first Sooth card and see what we have here. So we have played the Monarch. Ruler, authority, sovereign. The monarch stands above all and passes judgment. If one is going against the status quo, the card turn is likely very unwanted.
can I ignore that?
P.S. Get fucked.
I
So you get to ignore its effects, not sort of the general tone and theme of necessarily
that's
what it
fine.
means.
I still don't want to ignore this.
Yes. So it is the sovereign of notions. So for everyone other than the apostate,
That's actually one of my family, so that's really
yeah.
annoying.
Well, you can choose to use it
Okay.
if you wish. So the sovereign of notions means so everyone gets +1 on their ventures, and if your heart is notions, the notions family, it's +2.
Oh, well, hell, okay, I reject my previous statement. I will take this because I would take +2 for sure.
Yeah.
It just sounded so bad immediately.
Absolutely 100%. All right, so you guys are starting off in Dark Basement, and I believe Alice was the one who was putting out a call for some assistance. So what did Alice do, trying to recruit people to engage in crime against the city?
So Alice did some writing, and she wrote in her book a whole bunch, and she wrote about this wonderful person who would help them with the quest that Lucky and Alice were going to go out on. And then with that in mind, she was like, the words will guide me, and went out into the city and ended up running into Nigel and assumed that this was who the words led her to. So that's the short version. And then Nigel also came over for tea.
Yeah, we sure did.
All right, so do you want to tell us what that was like?
I think it was pretty good. We didn't get too far into it. Yeah, I thought the tea was good. How did you feel about the tea?
I thought it was pretty good.
Excellent. At some point, Alice has a extra item for Lucky that she would like to pass off for this event that we're gonna do.
Okay, all right. So if we're just assuming that Nigel sort of knows the time and place to meet you folks at Dark Basement.
It's like 2 or 3 in the morning, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because under cover of night is key.
Exactly.
Okay. So why don't we pick up there, basically, with Nigel arriving at Dark Basement.
Okay.
All right. I'm not really sure what Dark Basement is, but I'm here.
So why don't you guys describe Dark
So-
Basement?
Dark Basement is actually Henrietta's house. It's an old nightclub that
Formerly owned by a demon.
formerly owned by a demon that the ownership is hotly disputed. And so that's Henrietta's house. She lives in an old music venue. And then Alice's house is in a disco ball within Dark Basement.
Right.
So you're coming down, a little set of stairs into a basically windowless
Yeah.
old.
That's fine. I live in a painting that was painted by a crazy woman, so we're good.
All right. I
No.
definitely got there early. I'm probably anxiously pacing with Alice.
I'm not one to be all cautious and shit, so I'll just kind of swagger on in.
We don't lock the door.
We don't.
Boom!
It's not our house.
What's up, criminals?
Whoa.
We're trying to avoid exactly putting that label on us, but
Yeah,
on us.
out
What's up-
loud anyway.
What's up, gray market venture capitalists?
All right, that'll do. Is this the guy you told me about, Alice? I
Yeah.
hope it is anyway. It's not some random dude busting into the house.
This is in fact Nigel. I wrote about the person that would help us, and we bumped into each other, and it seems like he wants to give us a hand.
All right, well, I trust your storytelling abilities.
Speaking of which, I actually have something for you for tonight. And Alice will pull out this bounded book, and it's a little tiny one, and she'll pass it over and say, so this is our backup plan. I remember we talked about some escape things that we might need to do. Inside here, I put some extra stories for you. If you ever get into a tight spot, just open it up and away you'll go somewhere else.
Thank you, Alice.
Yeah.
This means a lot to me.
Oh, y'all having a touching little moment there.
I
It's
will
kinda
keep this safe.
Well, yes, it'll keep you safe, hopefully.
I appreciate it.
Nigel, I don't have the same for you, but if you stay close to me, I can just right into another story and away you go.
Oh, you trying to get rid of me already?
I know, just in case like someone tries to kill you, like
Oh,
inflame.
Will you end up being a liability?
Yeah, we can just.
damn.
This is lucky.
So the hot ones really are always mean.
I don't know how to reply to that.
It's all right. I get that a lot.
All right.
Well, what do you need on this venture? What do you need from me? I got a couple tools in my tool shed.
A couple.
Yeah.
The basic idea is we want to head down. Fuck, I'm sorry. I dropped my dice. We want to head down to Ash Gardens. And we're going to get those kids out of there. Because child labor is bullshit.
All right. Breaking and entering, reverse kidnapping. Got it.
Essentially, we want to try and do it as smoothly as possible. I've been down there already. I've kind of scoped it out. It's really fucking weird and really off-putting, even for Saturnine. And I think we can do it without causing too much trouble. Maybe. We don't want to bring the thaw down on us just yet. So
No. We don't want the thaw to come down on us.
No.
Not until we get some thaw.
So the basic plan, I don't see.
You having trouble trusting?
Gonna be- If Alice trusts you, I trust you.
All right.
If Alice's story led us to you, then
I think I wrote down trustworthy, but it's in my disco ball, so
all right. Well, let's just get over there first. I'll warn you, it's raining all the fucking time. So
Oh,
we haven't been out there already.
I don't mind the rain. Kind of like it.
It's cold rain. It's the worst fucking kind of rain.
What was it like? Infused with the very essence of ice or something?
Knowing this district, it might be.
And sadness.
The only thing,
Fucking.
Alice, were you able to find anything out about these kids? Do you know if they have parents? Are they actually orphans? Because it's purported that they're orphans, but I don't know what to believe in this fucking place.
I had a pretty tough time figuring out if there were specific kids that would have lined up with any cases that I looked into. A lot of the people there kind of laughed at me when I asked them for this information over at the Garants. They weren't all that receptive. I think if we had the kids with us, I might be able to do a better job cross-referencing.
Okay, is there somewhere we can take them while that happens? Because you know that they're going to be looking for them as soon as possible. I know I saw 2 orderlies while I was there. I'm sure there are more.
Well, we do know of a big house that is empty and not being used currently.
And it owes me a favor.
That it does.
That's a good point. If we can get there quickly, we might be all right.
I think that's the best plan.
Okay. Backup plan is burn it all down.
I didn't bring a fire starter just so that I didn't get a little bit,
carried away.
Excited. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
This is a really
everything will go fine.
It'll be fine. I trust you. If we didn't have you, Alice, I don't know.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna write down on a piece of paper, everything will be fine.
Everything will be
Fold
fine.
this up and put it in my pocket.
Does Alice have a vision board? Alice seems like the kind of person who would have a vision board.
So here are the colors that we're going to try and aim for in this. We've got some nice purples as we get going, and then as we go over, we've got some darker greens that we're going to move into. It's going to be quite great.
Excellent. All right.
All right, are we ready to go then?
Head to Rivenhome. All right,
Thanks.
so you leave Fartown in the wee hours of the morning. So it is a moonless fall, after midnight, early morning, late evening, as you make your way out through the gate into the Hollows and catch the train through Saturnine to Rivenhome, which is a district basically all the way across the city. So Rivenhome is a new district. Unlike the other districts, Rivenhome did not exist before the war. It's been carved out of the ruined expanses as opposed to just reclaimed. And the train at 2 a.m. in the morning in Saturnine is, like the subway in any big city at 2 a.m. So it's full of drunks.
Full of weirdos.
Full of weirdos.
Yeah, the 3 of us.
Yeah.
You got the 3 of you sitting there.
We are the weirdos.
Correct. Everyone else just minding the business, ain't they?
Yeah. There's a very tall individual seated on the train as you come in, sort of the only individual in the car that you're in, who has absurdly long legs. So, you know how Conan O'Brien has a short to regular sized torso, but ridiculously long legs? He's very disproportional.
Mm-hmm.
Take that and dial it up to 11. So he's got a regular sized torso. He's seated on the bench, but his legs stretch all the way across. So his knees are practically touching the bench like opposite him on the train car, and he's wearing just this like trench coat which is closed and comes to like about his knees, and like a fedora sort of Dick Tracy hat, and he had his face is separated, so like there's the head and then the face kind of like floats in front of it a few inches, and it looks sort of almost as if the whole thing is made of porcelain, and his fingers are candles. 9 of them are lit, one of them is not.
Hey, he's quite the looker.
It's Daddy Longlegs over there.
Yeah, I kind of like his aesthetic. Like a man who I like a man who's over 14 feet tall. That really does it for me.
Is he tall or is he attractive?
I can't. I don't think I have a. I don't think I care one way or the other. It's all the same to me.
Can we focus?
Oh yeah.
When Alice says "Daddy Longlegs," his head definitely swivels over and like looks at you intently, and his face indeed seems almost like a porcelain mask, but it smiles. And when the mouth kind of opens, there is, this time I will not say there are too many teeth. There are no teeth.
Oh no.
Nice. I like it.
So it's just this like gaping
No teeth.
sort of smile.
No teeth, no problems. You know what I'm saying? And I nudge Lucky.
Let's try not to get killed before we even get there.
So
I mean,
so the individual then like
but you're not wrong.
stands up and shakes his head and moves out of your car into the next car.
See? He left the car thinking fucking weirdos. He's got a sink for a face, and he's the one thinking we're the ones who are strange.
I'm sorry.
What did I say? We're the weirdos on this fucking train.
Oh my god. Okay.
Uh,
I'm like sweating from laughing so much. All right.
Yeah, so the train continues moving. There's not much activity on it. It stops at the stations. A few people get off and on. You think that as you pass through a few districts, there's like a heavier change of people that are wearing sort of like coveralls, different styles and workwear. So people, coming to and fro to like clean the streets and move garbage and that sort of thing. So it's actually a lot of thought forms coming off and on the train, you're pretty sure, as opposed to actual people. But then it eventually pulls into the station at Rivenholme, and as the doors open and you enter out, you find yourself in essentially, picture a Cold War movie made by Americans that takes place in 1960s Warsaw Pact. So all of the cities, or all of the buildings, are these monolithic concrete buildings.
Nice.
With many windows that sort of glare out at the streets like the empty eye sockets of skulls. They're just like blank, vast, holes in these facades. And unlike the fall day that you left, it is cold and raining. And from what you know, Rivenholme constantly is just a cold, dreary rain. The streets are mostly empty. The people you see seem shady, even by your standards.
That's supposed to mean.
Thank you. Correct.
Yeah. And it's just, this like Stalin-esque brutalist sort of architecture. Yeah. There's monuments, like monuments to the war and to the war dead, but they're like very angular, very rigid. And I mean, they have a beauty to it, but it's a very severe beauty. And you see a few things like stairs that appear to go nowhere. They just like rise into the sky and then stop, like they weren't finished. And there's, you know, like walkways over the streets, but they don't really fit well. You know, it's very poorly designed. The planners that were hired for this compared to the rest of the city's reclamation sucked.
No stormwater management.
No stormwater management. Yeah, it's raining constantly. There's just rivulets running down the sides of the streets.
There's far too much impervious area here. There's no catchments.
All right. As soon as I step off the train, I'm gonna cast my cantrip, Mystic Umbrella,
All right.
which keeps the rain off of me with some kind of invisible shield, and I'm just dry all the time.
So Lucky basically snaps his fingers, and
And
like
he-
the rain just stops above his head. But you can hear the pattering. You can just hear the like rain pattering against this invisible shield over your head.
Hey, that's impressive.
It's handy.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna lead them to where the Ash Gardens are.
Okay.
And I'm like striding purposefully, you know
Mhm.
that walk you do when you've got something to do. It's that.
Yeah. So you start following the streets, and you're expecting to eventually see the concrete edifice of the Ash Gardens, which kind of looks almost like a sports stadium, like it's large, domed kind of structure, all made out of concrete, about the size of a city block, maybe a bit bigger, somewhere between 1 and 2 city blocks that it covers. And you would expect to see that like well before you get to it. It sort of rises above some of the buildings in its general neighborhood. But as you start following the streets that you were here before, you're not seeing it. And then you twist and enter, you know, as you expect to be turning on onto like Newberry Street, and you've just looped around to a street like that you were on 3 streets ago.
Did they know we were coming? This is a little weird, guys, because this is exactly where it was before. And we're just walking in circles all of a sudden. Does it go away at nighttime? What the hell is with this place?
Not that you've ever heard.
You can't just vanish a place.
That's not true.
Are we
Especially in Saturnine.
Yeah. Are you from the same city as I am? Because this is not by far the weirdest thing that I've ever heard. I'm surprised the building's not up doing the Dougie in front of us.
I'm usually more in the business of making things appear rather than disappear. So
Well, then make it appear. Say, oh, look, I stumbled across the building and here it was.
I would only send myself. Sorry.
Shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Where did it go?
I don't know. You think it's just invisible?
Well, it's like the city. It's like the streets are not even here.
Right, but you know, an illusion. Is it like a wall? If there's a wall, I'm just going to push on the wall.
Yeah, no, it's like you didn't feel any resistance. It's just like you seem to be trying to approach it. You're walking in the right directions, but you're not ending up on the right streets.
It's like misdirected us.
I don't like this. Someone must be doing this. This isn't good. This isn't a good sign.
All right, I'm scrolling through my character sheet looking for something to help me.
Aren't we all? I'm looking through my book. I'm like,
And like all things in Invisible Sun, think creatively, right? You can get far more creative than by the rules D&D kind of thing. So
how about this?
Mhm.
We have this building here. I'm going to climb over top of it. You two can go around it. We'll just see if we end up on the other side together.
All
See
right.
what happens. See what we can learn.
I like this. I like the fact that we split the party. I think that's really good tactics. Let's do it.
So
Yeah,
All right.
I feel like we're wasting some time, but all right, let's go.
So yeah, so like a building that basically the other side should be Newberry Street. So you take opposite, sort of flanking alleys and streets, and Alice is going to climb over the building. Alice, how do you climb over the building?
um,
Are you good at
So-
climbing?
yes, that's one of my skills.
Excellent.
I literally just want to like start grabbing onto bricks and pulling myself over
Of course, Alice is good at climbing.
and
All right.
see how I can see where it goes.
Okay. I'm going to say like climbing a building is probably on the upper end of what someone unskilled, like no training, like me with my overweight pudgy body, could do, right? Very difficult, but not impossible. So that will be a level 10 challenge.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough to do.
You can do it. So let's look at your venture. So you get a skill in climbing.
Yeah.
So you have a level 1 skill. So like you're that's familiar. You're familiar with the concept of climbing.
Yeah.
Getting into rabbit holes.
Okay.
And shit.
And of course you can spend Bene.
Yeah.
So this would
Is this-
be I'd say your physicality pool.
Okay. I'm gonna use
Spend one of those. So we get a venture of 2. And you don't have any assets, nobody helping you. If you got anything else you want to use, I mean, you might have ephemera or something that would apply.
No, I don't think I've got anything that I want to use just yet.
Okay. And of course, you can always spend sortilege, so you can empower yourself magically to up your odds of success.
I'm gonna use one of those.
And up your odds of magical flex.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. This is good. I'm gonna succeed on this. That's what's gonna happen. No. Roll the 4 and a 2.
Okay, so you're trying to climb, but it's rain slick, and you're not going anywhere. So you can retry, but it's going to cost you an additional Bene from your physicality pool that doesn't apply to the venture.
I think Alice is just gonna say to herself, and then I successfully climbed over the building and use her conflicting tails ability to teleport to the other side.
Okay, excellent. So why don't you describe for me what that ability says?
Yeah. So it says, recalling that sometimes there are different versions of a single tail, I vanish and reappear up to a very long distance away safely.
Okay.
It's level 4. Oh, never mind. +1 die if I use it on another person. Yeah.
Okay, so this would be one of those things that normally you might not have to roll just to teleport yourself. You're a willing person, 150 meters to 300 feet the other side. In this case, you do.
Okay.
So you'll have +1 die, and of course you can spend like extra sorcery to up your venture, but your venture is gonna.
Right.
You said the level's 4,
Yes. Level
Okay.
4.
so you've got a venture of 4 already,
Okay.
and you're
And
rolling
I
2
get-
dice.
2 from the Sooth card, right?
Yes, that is correct. If
Okay.
Notions is your family, yes, then you've
It is.
got +2 from that.
Okay. And it says +1 die. So does that mean I get 1 from the spell and 1 extra for 3 total?
No, so I thank you to Cypher Unlimited, which is a great Discord to go check out for all things Cypher and Invisible Sun. I got the down. So the number in brackets is basically just a prompt to remind you that this ability you probably do have to roll dice. So basically, if you use a magical ability, you always get a bonus dice if you need to roll.
Okay.
So it's just a reminder that you probably have to roll. I'm going to tell you that if there is a magical effect in action, which given you have to roll, that's probably true, then you're going to need at least 2 successes. So you can spend sortilege to add a third dice if you want.
Yeah. I should probably have an extra dice. If I if it's magical. Okay, so it's 3 dice, and my venture is 6, I think.
Yes.
4 from the spell and 2
Yep.
from...
So you only need to roll a 4 or higher on any of those dice.
Okay, I rolled a 9 and an 8 and a 3.
A 9, an 8, and a 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So you tell this story about being on the other side, and you wink out and pop in on Newberry Street.
Oh, I was so good at climbing that building. Didn't even know what came after it.
And you
Alright.
look
All right.
around, and this has taken some time because you tried to climb. Clearly, Lucky and Nigel should have been able to walk around the building in this time.
I'm going
You
to
do
shout
not
out for them.
You do
But
not see
I mean,
them.
we're not there. Oh my!
Yeah, so Lucky.
How did I find this place before then?
So Lucky and Nigel, you go to like walk around the building, and you end up coming around the building and seeing each other, but you're on the same side of the building as where you left.
Hey, Lucky.
This is not right.
Yeah, I don't suppose so.
Where's Alice?
I think she was climbing over it like a ladder.
Yeah, she should be here. But this
And then you
is
hear
where we-
Alice yell faintly from the other side of the building, where you attempted to go.
Maybe it's like maybe you gotta ensorcel your way in. You know, it's like a Visually only club kind of thing. Keep out the pesky regulars. And I'm gonna cast what the hell's it called? Ah! The Perilous Leap of the Desperate.
Okay, so
I don't know how any of this works, but it propels me a short distance forward.
So a short distance is.
Or no, sorry, a long distance. It's short up and long vertical. So I don't know how you. I don't know
Okay.
how to-
So those would be. I think this will work. We'll just we'll double check here. So short is up to 15 meters tall. And I've said this is a small
Ooh.
building. And long up to 30 meters.
Holy shit!
So yeah, it's up to 100 feet. Well, yeah, fine. Yeah.
So yeah,
I like
Magic-
the leaps tall buildings in a single bound sort of aesthetic of this.
yeah. 15 meters is what, like 30 some odd feet. That's pretty good. And then the long is meters,
Yeah.
right? So times
Yeah.
3. So,
Yeah.
I'm an American high.
Right, me too.
Yeah.
Dan was explaining distances to me in meters earlier, and I was like,
The book kindly, for those of you interested in why you should buy Monty Cook Games stuff, actually gives it in both. And I'm super comfortable in either, and just meters are smaller numbers. So
well, you're a smart man. So-
I don't know how
it's
magic
just because
works.
I'm Canadian.
So it's a level 2 spell, and it does say though, once I hurl myself, I must succeed on a level 3 challenge to land on my feet and
Okay.
avoid suffering 1 point of damage.
Okay, perfect.
So it's just like,
Yeah. So this is one of your general spells?
no, this is a advanced spell.
Okay, this is a advanced spell. So
Yeah.
are you going to retain it, or are you going to let
Yeah.
it vanish out of your mind?
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna make sure that worm stays in my mind.
Perfect. Okay. So what level was it again?
Level 2.
Okay, so you need to spend 2 sorcery
Okay.
to retain it.
Okay.
Okay. And so your venture is 2 currently, right? From the level of the spell.
Yeah.
You can spend an extra sorcery if you want to bump that up.
1 from the Sooth card.
One from the Sooth card, yeah. So your venture's at 2 plus 1 from the Sooth card is 3.
Okay.
So
What does
looking
that
at
mean?
So you're looking at needing to roll a 7 or higher on the dice right now.
And what
You're gonna be
dice do I roll?
Oh, D10s.
Oh,
sorry.
D10.
D10s.
Yeah, I did not have any time to look at the system.
Yeah, and you're gonna be rolling 2 because you're using magic.
So I need
So
a
if-
7 or higher on either of them. Is that how it is?
So this is a magical thing, so you actually are going to need 2 successes. So here's what you can do. So your venture is currently at 3. You can spend 1 additional sorcery to
Yeah.
bump that up to a 4.
Yeah. Doing it.
Yeah. And if you want, you can spend sortilege to roll a third dice to give you higher probability of success.
Sure.
Am I able to give a helping dice from yelling? A thing? I'm like,
you can there is aid, but in this circumstance I don't think you can help him jump. And let's see, what else do we got that you can do? Do you have any skills in jumping, climbing, anything like that?
God, no, I'm a librarian.
You're a librarian.
I use magic for it.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to roll 3d10.
Yes.
I have one shows an 8, one shows a 5, and one shows a 2.
Okay, so the 8's one success, but the 5, because we were at +4, is not a success, and no flux, so that's okay. So nothing bad happened.
All right.
But basically, you expend the spell, you jump, and you feel a weird effect. You feel like almost like you were like hit something thick and viscous in the air around you. But then when you landed, and now we need to make the level 3 physicality check to see how you land.
Oh no, I thought this was the physicality check.
So you're only trying to beat a 3.
Oh, okay.
In this case, so you can spend if you want, or you could basically just roll a dice at this point.
6.
Okay, so you land on your feet, beside Lucky, where you started.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Were you trying to accomplish something there?
No. I hit like something that was like jelly on toast. You know what I'm saying? It was like blue.
Interesting. All right.
Kept me out.
Dan?
Yep.
I would like to use my discerning camera.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to... If we're still in the general area that the Ash Gardens were...
Mm-hmm.
Previously.
You're probably like a street over from where
That's
they would
cool.
be.
Okay, but I can like point my camera in the general direction,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So I have an object of power called No, sorry, it's not an object of power. I don't know actually.
Is it an ephemera object?
No, it's not. It's something I bought.
So it could be an object of power, or it could be kindled. It is an object of power.
It's a kindled
Yep.
item. That's right.
Which is an object of power as well. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a small camera. And it says, if an object of power, ephemera object, or ongoing magical effect is photographed with this camera, the resulting photograph shows the magical object or effect brighter and in sharper focus, clearly marking it as magical. I'm just reading this out for the people viewing.
Absolutely.
So, if someone touches the magical object or effect in the photo, they learn who created it and where that person can be found if they are in the same sun. And it has a depletion of 0. So I'm just gonna take a picture of where it used to be. Yeah.
Take a picture. I imagine it's like
a digital camera.
No, I was thinking like it's like a Polaroid.
A Polaroid, yes. I'm waving
you take
the picture.
it and it prints out. So roll a dice for me to check for the depletion.
Okay. It's like 3 a.m. and I'm standing here shaking a photo in the middle of the street. The rain.
Is it one of those great pink cameras, like the really bulbous like ones that you buy for teenagers?
I got a 2. It's fine. I still have it.
And so you shake and you look at the picture. And from the angle, you could see, like we'll say, you could see the top of the Ash Gardens from this place. And so you can see it in the picture with this like distorted field or almost like a film that's in between like you and the Ash Gardens.
All right.
So you can see this like crystal clear magical effect. Does it give you any information about the magical effect, or it just like shows it?
It just says that if I touch it, I can tell who made it. That's it.
Oh, if you touch.
So if I touch the photo, if I touch the magical item in the photo, I can tell who made it and if they're currently in the same sun.
Okay. So you definitely see this like distorted effect, and let me see. That's a good question. Do you know who made it? Yes. You know that the effect was made by a Vizsla named Saren Alden, and they are in Indigo.
Okay.
Hey, what's that? What's that camera do? You're going to take a picture of me? You want to get a selfie together or something?
Maybe later.
All right.
Commemorate our success.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's some kind of magical barrier that's been put up, and
Yeah.
I
Jelly.
can only assume, Jelly, that Alice has gone over it.
Yeah, you
What?
can see like
And-
a distortion that's almost like, I think you can see hints of like the wrong place. You know what I mean? Like you can see very like Inception like you see like image within image within image almost.
Okay, so are there any cracks or anything? Like if I look at this photo, can I maneuver my way through as a guide?
It seems like it just seems like a solid,
It's just
kind of
solid.
effect. Yeah.
Piss.
What-
All right.
I wonder
And
if
Alice
it's-
is over there.
I wonder if it's alive, like the wall. You know,
Well, what are we gonna do about that?
so you can kill things that are alive, can't you?
Sure. Do
do
you
we-
want to try? Do you want to attack the invisible magic wall?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Okay. Give it a try, and I will try to find Alice.
So I'm gonna do my Vancian bullshit. I'm gonna be like, and a bolt of dark sorrow illuminates in my hand. Zamra's bolt. It doesn't affect non-living creatures. So if this is an object, it's not doing anything. And I will spend the sorcery to keep it in my head. It's a level 2 spell.
All right.
So you spend 2 sorcery.
Okay, Dan, I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry, you can finish this real quick.
Okay.
If it does anything, doesn't do anything.
She's just assuming it doesn't. She's like, now that bullshit's done.
Yeah, it sort of like crackles down the street.
But
And
nothing happened.
but it disappears, like when it crosses a point on the street.
Uh-huh.
It vanishes. What's the range on it?
Long range.
When it disappears, I need you to make for me a... Would you notice? Yes, maybe. I need you to make a dodge defense against yourself.
I don't know how this works.
So this, how would this work? This would be, it's a level 2 effect plus the 1, so level 3. And we assuming nothing else you pumped into it, so it's just a level 3 dodge. So you're rolling against a 3. If you want to spend Bene, you can spend Bene from your movement pool.
Alright.
I'm gonna say though that this is actually a level 5 because it's coming from behind and you don't actually see it.
I'll spend 1. Is it 1 whenever you spend from a movement?
Yes, you can spend 1.
Okay. So I roll 2d10?
Yes. No, sorry. 1. You can spend a sortilege if you want to roll a second dice.
Oh, my bad. So it's just going to lower it to like a 4. Is that what we're doing here?
That's yes. It will be your venture will be 1. So you'll add 1 to your roll.
I got an 8.
Okay. So you got this instinctive sense that maybe I should move aside and dodged out of the way as this bolt then streaked by you again.
This is why I just stay in my painting and have sex with demons all day. I'm no good at this magic stuff.
I'm beginning to doubt Alice's storytelling abilities.
So
All right.
Alice, what are you doing on the other
Yeah,
side?
what are you
Like, you're
doing?
just like waiting.
Do I hear any screams, like anything coming back from
I mean,
this?
we're not yelling, so
Okay.
You probably vaguely hear them.
Oh boy. Okay. I think I'll yell over and say, if you want, you can try the book. I don't know if that'll help. And then Alice had the same idea and was going to pull out her sword and try and hit this thing.
But she doesn't know it's there.
She knows
Oh, right.
there is effect.
Okay. All right.
And
This is
probably
true.
with careful examination, you could find where the barrier is.
All right. Well,
Like Alice sticks
Can
her
I-
hand in from her side and it stretches too far.
can I try something?
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh, I
Alright.
forgot something.
Okay. Can I use counterspell here?
Why don't you remind me on counterspell? Is it like
Okay,
can you
so-
is it like D&D counterspell where you can only do it in the act, or can you just like bust a spell?
I don't know. It says as an action, we can cast a counterspell that unravels and dispels one active ongoing spell or magical effect that is level 1 or level 2. And I have it as I've taken this twice now
Mm-hmm.
in my order because I
So
get
what
and the
level
more
can you
I
go
take
up
it,
to?
it's level 2. I can go up. Yeah, I think I can go up to level. It might be up to level 3 now because I've taken it twice.
Okay.
So I think each time you take it, it goes up, then the level that you can negate goes up by 1. So I think it can negate anything up to a level 3.
So
This is obvious. Judging by your laugh, this is higher than a level 3,
Yeah,
and it
it
won't
is.
do anything.
it is, yeah.
Then
And-
I'm not gonna. Then I won't bother. I
and,
guess.
and I think you would just get the sense.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you so much, Jordan, out of singles. That is amazing, for subscribing and gifting all these subs to all of our wonderful viewers. You are amazing. Thank you so much.
Ah,
Woo, 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 woo.
wow! I didn't. I just saw that. Holy crap!
Jordan's going. Jordan's
Jordan.
going off.
My best friend, my teeth friend. We've decided that just now. So.
Okay, as long
Look.
as yeah.
Look, I read Jordan's Twitter, and I'm not going to lie. I steal a lot from you, Jordan, for descriptions in this game.
Ah. Damn, this is really frustrating, Dan. You are really frustrating me.
Alice solved it.
Yeah, Alice is
used-
going to run back into it.
That's great, but
She's
I
got a
can't
solution.
climb.
She's got a solution.
Alice
All right,
takes a
great.
step and stretches too far. Like, you can feel your body just do this weird pull, and then you're on the other side.
If I like back up, what happens if I just back up?
Basically, if you back up far enough, you just appear on like the not where you want to be, but on
Okay.
the same side with Lucky and Nigel.
Okay. All right, folks, I forgot something, but I can get us all across. I apologize immensely. I want to use my if you listen, you can hear them becoming more incantation to bring people across with me with my conflicting tales.
Okay.
Yeah. So it says the next spell you cast that has a single target effect can affect up to 3 targets if they're all close to me. So I want to say, let me amend my previous statement. We actually made it all through. We're all good and we all went through. And I want to use my conflicting tales to bring all 3 of us through this time.
Okay. All right. So what was our venture last time? We got, what's the level again? 2?
Level 4 and then 2 from the Sooth
And-
card.
So for 6. Okay. And then are you going to spend anything extra?
Does anyone want to help with sortilege? Because I used all
I
mine.
will. I'll help you. I'll give you one of mine.
Okay.
I know one doesn't really help that much, but better than nothing.
Can I get an advantage because I've been through it successfully once?
Sure,
Is that
I buy
something?
it. I buy
Okay.
it. So that'll be a +1.
Okay. Okay. Let's do this again.
That's not a good face.
I rolled a 7, a 3, and a 1.
So, but we were at plus 7.
7.
So the 3 succeeds.
Oh,
So you have 2 successes. So all of you just have that, Stargate crossing the threshold, stretching too far as you sort of zoop, and you're then on Newberry Street, and you can see the Ash Gardens now.
All right, I don't know what that was about, but it is really fucking suspicious. I'm a little hesitant now.
I mean, someone's protected the area with some magical hoodoo.
They have, and last time I was here, it wasn't like that.
You get made last time you were here, get spotted or something.
Maybe, who knows? That one guy. Anyway, all right.
It's always a man, isn't it?
It's always a man.
the long legs guy.
Pardon?
The long legs guy, perhaps.
No, not him.
You think
No.
Daddy Longlegs betrayed us? He and I had a real connection, I thought.
He doesn't even know where we're going.
We didn't keep an eye on him, is all I'm saying.
No. Last time Lucky scoped out the place, she might have got spotted. Oh, he might have got spotted. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I did talk directly to two of the orderlies.
Oh.
But, yeah. But it was all right. They gave me a tour.
Oh,
Yeah, they weren't orderlies. They were actually the people who own it or
Oh,
operate
okay.
it.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So I talked to the two guys who own it or operate it.
Well,
One of them seemed like a real dick, and the other one was really nice. And if I were to suspect anybody, I would say it was probably the nice guy that set all of this up. So, except his name doesn't match the guy on the picture. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get going.
all right. I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah. Well.
Just wanna. I had a fight with my one of my lovers before I left. You should never get on the plane angry. You know what they say.
So you're off your game.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna regret it if I die here.
I would regret it if I died here too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Oh.
Just cause.
All right then.
As Lucky takes a pull out of a flask.
So just.
One of the alcohols we have created is called Just Cause, or maybe it's Just Cause.
Mm.
Interpretations vary, but it seems to be a drink that fills people with a little bit of righteous motivation.
Mm-hmm. Illegal in some areas.
All right. Yes, illegal in some neighborhoods. Probably like Rivenhome. Oh, yes, it's
Probably.
definitely illegal.
Oh
here.
yeah, no doubt. I wouldn't. Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
district. Yeah. All right, so you make your way quickly now through the streets.
Yeah. Since
to
we wasted
the
an
Ash
hour.
Gardens. Yeah. So you find yourself in front of this like imposing Stalin-esque edifice, which is made almost entirely out of concrete. But it has statues that rim the whole thing and sort of hold the roof up, sort of Prometheus-like, that appear to be soldiers dressed like veterans from the war that are holding it up.
I hate this place.
And there's just like a single set of doors that lead into sort of the front office area.
Right. I'm gonna assume those are locked, but I'll just walk up and try it anyway.
They open.
Well, what do you know? All right. All right. So I'm gonna walk in. Is there anybody in here this late?
Yeah.
Like, is there a reception?
Yeah, you come in and really bad music is playing.
Of course.
In the reception area, and there's a desk, and there appears to be sort of like a thought form. Well, you assume probably a thought form orderly sitting behind the desk who just looks up. Sirs, ma'am, how can we help you here at the Ash Gardens today?
All right. I would like to use. I'd like to use obtrusion.
Okay.
I force a close being to share my opinion on one topic that I choose. I
Mhm.
must sincerely hold the belief that I intend to impart with the spell. And I would
Okay.
like to tell them that we should be allowed in.
Okay. The good news here is the thought form is not particularly high level. So what's the level of the
3.
incantation? 3? Yeah, so you're not going to have to roll.
Nice.
Just because your venture is going to reduce it to 0.
Okay,
it's a
great.
pretty low level thought form. So you're just like, we belong inside.
Yeah. The 3 of us
And-
belong inside.
And the thought form just says, "Oh, of course. It's open."
All right. Thank you very much. And I am going to lead them inside. I assume I've been to this particular area before.
Yeah, so there was the area. There was sort of this area leads
The
into a
creepy
hallway.
playroom.
Yeah, sort of the slightly more accessible areas you had passed, sort of a dormitory, an office, and sort of like a viewing room that viewed over this like field where the kids were like actually working. We are going to play a
Yeah.
new Sooth card here because we've moved to a brand new location. So we have the Adept of Notions, the Hunter. The Hunter is a lonely soul pursuing prey with dogged tenacity. This is a perfect card for one pursuing a goal. Game narrative important events occur in the wilderness. Well, maybe not. Joy, the PCs achieve their goal. So this seems like an opportune card. So it is
That's-
the Adept. It is the Adept of Notions.
That's
so
me.
if your family is Notions, the Adept is that I play another card on the next sun.
What was the card called again? Is it called the Adept of Notions or?
No, it's the Hunter, but its place in the Sooth deck is the Adept of Notions. But we also play a new card, which is the Revealing Knife. So pale is enhanced, green is decremented, visions is the family, meanings revelation, discovery, and finesse.
Oh, finesse.
So again, 2 cards in a row that seem incredibly fitting for the narrative at the moment. The Sooth cards never lie.
Great. All right. It's really early in the morning, so are the kids like asleep?
So
Does it-
if you
the-
if you find your way to that viewing area, you see kids working. So
oh my God, this is
you're
funny.
looking over this area that's probably about like half the size of a football field, and there's probably about half dozen to a dozen kids that are basically playing in the ash. So there's just these like ash piles, and they're like rolling balls of ash and seem to like engage in some sort of ritual. And then tuck something away, and then just keep doing it.
This is disgusting. All right. So we're on this viewing platform. Is it open or is it glass?
It's like glass.
Okay. All right. Well, nobody else has spotted us just yet, so I would assume that there are at least a couple kids. Most of them are probably asleep. I would hope, but
Oh well, there's
I mean,
plenty of kids here. This
Right,
this
yeah.
would be a small fraction, and
Yeah, right.
there is an orderly in that area,
okay.
but you're like elevated. So imagine you're looking down
Sure.
into like sort of a sunken pit. Kind
All right,
of
but I'm
area.
still gonna motion to them to stay low because we don't really want to be noticed. Not really.
No. No, that'd
Not
be-
yet.
Nope.
All right. What I'm hoping is that short range. That's too close. Okay. Sorry, now that I know the distances,
Yeah. What you trying to do?
I'm kind of rethinking.
What you want to do, Lucky? What you trying to do? Let us help you.
I want to get these kids out of here,
Yeah.
and I want to get them somewhere safe.
All right.
All the kids. But there are way more than this. This is a small amount. It's dark as fuck that they're making them work at like 3 a.m.
Right.
But the other one, I don't know what the other ones are. I don't know how many orderlies are out and about. I'm kind of hoping that there are less than there might be during the day because presumably there are less children awake right now.
Mm-hmm.
You hear behind you a small childlike giggle and the sound of running, like pattering feet. Like running across the room behind you.
If we look behind us,
and when you whirl around, you don't see anyone except an empty candy wrapper that sort of like falls through the air, sort of like does the feather waft and like lands on the ground.
Okay.
While we're pondering this, can I use my rest actions?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can I use my 10-minute one?
Yeah, you can use your 10-minute one. You can use them in any order.
Okay.
Nigel and Lucky, for sure. You guys have magical lore, right, as a skill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you both know of, and Alice might know too. It's a thing that people just know. But there's these stories about unseen children. There's even a little rhyme. They sneak and they spy. They steal and they pry. There are stories of unseen children in Saturnine who keep themselves hidden away. What their purpose is, no one is sure, but they seem to steal things and know secrets.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta think about this for a minute. So if Alice wants to do her rest, then please.
Alice starts meditating for 10 minutes.
Is it a D6? I've never
D6.
done this before. Okay.
Yep, D6.
That's a 1.
All right. Can I use mental speech? Is this invisible child like close enough?
You don't necessarily know. How far of a distance can you reach out to?
I can speak mentally with anyone being within close range. I can send and receive communication. If I spend 1 more sorcery benefit, I can increase this to long range. If I spend 2 more, the range becomes irrelevant.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that's why the distance didn't matter last time, because you spent 2 and it becomes irrelevant.
Right. Yeah.
So why don't Lucky would safely assume if they're close by, maybe spending the 1 sorcery. So like if they've left the room but they're still close by, you could talk to them. You don't know their name. And this will be I think a roll, because the person doesn't necessarily want to be contacted.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep. So what's the level of the ability?
4.
4, and then +1 from that you're spending. So it's a venture of 5.
Yeah, it's. I only need to spend 1 if I want to increase it to long range. But I'll go ahead and do that just in case.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. So
and you're rolling 2 dice.
5. Okay, so the first roll is an 8. Second roll is also an 8.
Okay. All right. So what do you say?
Okay, I'd like to ask them to come over here real quick.
And you hear just a sort of a little bit of a giggle, and we don't let ourselves We don't like to be seen. It's good to hide.
I'm not gonna look at you.
We don't like adults. But I'll talk to you. You seem you might be here for honest reasons.
I am. I want to know what's going on here. I want to know if you're being
Layers on
if-
layers on layers of secrets.
and I'm sure you know all of them.
We know a lot. We keep the others safe here.
How do you do that?
Oh, we make sure that none of the kids stay here too long. Wouldn't want to use up all their ideas.
What happens when all their ideas are used?
Then you can't make more.
Where did they go?
Used up. Spent. Wrung dry.
Would you
We
like
swap
it if
them
they
out. The adults don't notice. Or don't care.
Which adults?
All the adults.
Any of the adults
Most adults ignore children.
outside of here?
Some are abandoned. We take them in.
And the adults here?
They just use. Wring them dry if they could. Profit, profit, profit. That's what everyone always says. Money. Adults are so obsessed with these shiny things. Not like having fun.
No, absolutely not like having fun. Wouldn't it be great if all the children could have fun?
That'd be great.
That's
But
what we're
there's
here
layers.
for. I'm sure there is.
Who
Any
corrupts
layers?
the corruptors?
Oh man. What can we
And
do
there's
to help?
things here we have to keep safe.
What do you have to keep safe?
There's a secret at the heart of the maze.
The maze. This is a maze?
There is a maze. There's lots of things here, buried in the ash.
Do you want to play hide and seek?
Okay.
All right. How about
I'm
this?
hard to find.
I know.
Count to 10.
I can't even see you. All right. Go
Close
hide
your
where the secret
eyes.
is.
No peeking.
All right. This is all in Lucky's head, by the way. So he's just sitting there in silence. He has to concentrate to cast the spell. So he's just sitting like, and then he covers his eyes.
I'm gonna look at Alice. I'm like, does he do this often? You do this sort of thing often, where he just kind of stares at the wall.
I've seen it once before.
All right,
Don't worry about it.
he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
And you
One.
guys, Alice and Nigel, you folks hear like a giggle again and the sound of like running feet sort of in the hallway. And just a giggled, count to 10, come and find me.
All right. I can't communicate what I'm doing to them because I have to concentrate to hold this spell, but I trust that they know. Alice knows at least. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so question for Alice and Nigel. When you hear the kid's voice and then hear Lucky counting, because is Lucky counting out loud? I think you can count out loud.
Sure,
and in
yeah,
your head.
okay.
That's still concentrating.
Yeah.
Do you folks...
Alice
Close
is
your
going to
eyes
run
and
and
count.
hide.
What's
Oh.
that?
Alice is going to run and hide.
Okay. And what does Nigel do?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide.
Okay. So you hide, and are you still looking at like Lucky, like the room you're in, or do you like hide?
Oh no, I gotta hide.
Okay.
Can't be found. My mama didn't raise no chump.
All right, Lucky. When you open your eyes, you're not in the room anymore.
Where am I?
You're on the ash pit below.
My God. Okay, so can they see me?
And you look around, and it's almost like everything is warped and twisted and like subtly out of phase. Everything seems a little insubstantial to you, and the kids, the children, and the orderly are, some of them are looking like right at you, but do not appear to see you.
Can I see the kid that's hiding? I mean, I know that they're hiding, obviously, but
Yeah, well, so you see some of the other kids, and you still don't see the kid who was talking to you.
okay. All right,
But you
ready
hear
or
like
not?
you hear like a fading giggle.
Ready or not, here I come. All right, I'm going to take this opportunity to observe. I'm going to try not to disturb too much, though, because I'm a little worried. I feel like I'm in some kind of weird dimension. All right, cool. I'm going to
Alright.
look for the child, but I'm also, if there's secrets in the ash, I want to know what they are.
Okay. So do you have any particular like skills or abilities related to searching, uncovering secrets, that sort of
Let's
thing?
see. I have sneaking. I don't know if that really counts. Magical lore, and theft.
I mean, theft isn't unreasonable depending on what you do.
Exactly. But I think those are the only ones that really apply.
Okay.
Maybe apply anyway.
Okay. So what's your level in theft?
It's only one.
Okay. And do you want to spend anything on your search?
Could I also
Theft is kind of like stealing fun.
Can I use either perception or accuracy?
Yeah,
I feel like
perception is fine here, I think.
perception
Perfect.
would apply, I feel like.
Yep. So you can spend a
that's
bene from that.
okay. And then can I also choose to spend sortilege or
Yep, you
because
can always
I spent
you can spend sortilege to roll an extra dice. Yep.
okay. All right, I'll do that then. Okay.
Yep, it's just like you channeling magical energy into whatever you're doing. Sort of
Okay.
warp reality around you to favor your outcomes.
Okay, cool. So that means that I have I'm adding two, right?
Adding 2 and you're rolling 2 dice. Yep.
Okay. All right, chat. Help me out here. Give me some good energy.
Take our
Okay.
energy.
First roll is a 6, so that's 8.
Okay.
And second roll is a 3, so that's 5.
Okay. So you're like searching around through some of like the ash piles and like little bits and pieces of things here. You start noticing as you're going through, like walking through the ash, that you're occasionally sort of like tripping as there are burnt bones underneath the layers of ash.
Oh no.
Like at one point you step into a rib cage, which
Oh
then like comes
no.
up with
Oh
your foot.
no. Are these small bones?
They are not. They are adult
Thank
sized.
God. Okay, thank God. Oh.
Yeah. That would be probably behind a line for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Like, I'm tearing up right now.
Yeah, no. Remembering our lines and veils. So no, it is an adult sized skeleton that appears to be wearing a uniform, like a militia uniform
no.
from the war.
That's really creepy. Holy shit. Okay. This is really unsettling. Really creepy.
And we have a great suggestion in chat, because we do listen to our chat for details, and we can thank the incomparable Jordan Shively. The bones have child-sized teeth marks on them.
God. All right, that's all right. As long as the bones aren't small, I'm good. Holy shit. Okay. Do I find the child?
So you're rooting around. You find like bits of broken weapons and various other things. And you don't find the child, but you move, like you find this piece of metal that sort of shifts aside, revealing a dark hole.
Oh my god. Okay.
Like a culvert that's like going into the wall and leading outside of this room.
Oh no. I don't think I have a choice but to go in that hole.
So meanwhile, back in the like office,
We've all been there, Lucky. We've all been there.
Alice
don't
and
have a
Nigel
choice.
everything just went silent. You heard Lucky stop counting, and then nothing, not even any screams.
Well, I'll wait for a little bit, but if I don't hear any more of the scampering, I'm gonna like peek out from my hiding spot and just
The
see
room
if
is empty. Lucky's not there.
Lucky. Lucky, did you go away? Nigel? Kids?
I can't say nothing. We're playing hide and seek.
I don't think we got into the game.
No, that's just what Lucky wants you to think. They're playing it cool.
Okay, I'll go back into my hiding spot.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna hide for a little bit longer. Just until
Alright.
I figure out that something's up.
So how hard do you try and hide? Do you like sincerely try and hide, as in if you were playing hide and go seek?
Yeah, I think I would hide. I think I would hide with such detail that I would make sure that my huge, big blonde hair is actually hidden. Because that's the thing that I'm most concerned about. That's how,
It's your dead giveaway.
yes. If I'm like hiding behind a cabinet, but there's this like big blonde hair that's coming out from behind it, I'm actually like making sure that I've pulled it in.
Okay. Do you have any skills related to hiding?
Not in the slightest.
Okay. Do you want to magically hide yourself? You can spend if you want to spend any bene, you can spend it from, what's the one you normally spend for sneaking?
Movement?
Yeah, movement. You can spend for movement, and you can spend sortilege if you want.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend the one movement point
Okay.
and see.
And Nigel, are
Yeah.
you like making a concerted hiding effort?
Yeah, hide and seek is serious business. Voice in my head. I am so hiding. Is this a shadow skill? I don't know what any of these things are.
You could have a shadow skill related to hiding if you wanted. Skills are pretty open. Like as you were going through character creation, there were some places where you could choose skills. I didn't see any for. Oh yeah, so your shadow skill. That's right. Your shadow skill is something you would know from like our world, the Gray. So, what did Nigel do in Shadow? Was he an accountant? Was he an engineer? Was he a librarian there too?
I'm not sure.
Was he the world hide and go seek champion?
Yeah, he was. I am. I was.
Perfect.
Yeah,
could have-
I'm hiding.
Yep. So if you want a hiding skill, you can totally take that as your shadow skill.
All right. Yeah, got that.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So your roll. So your venture is the level of the skill, right? Which
Okay.
is a 2.
Mhm.
You can spend bene out of your movement pool if you want to add an additional 1. So you can
All right.
spend 1 bene to add 1 to it. And
Spent.
if you want to channel some magical energy into it, you can spend sortilege to roll an extra dice.
Yep, doing it.
Okay.
We don't. In my family, where I come from, we don't mess around with hide and go seek. Okay. I would stay hidden for so long, my entire family gave up. 10 and a 4.
Okay.
Actually, a
And-
0, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alice.
I got
Oh, a 10.
4.
Yeah, so a 10 is a 0.
Oh.
The
What does it
the-
mean?
The
means
invisible
there's a
sun dice go
flux.
from 0 to 9 instead of 1 to 10. So we'll get to that in a minute. So Alice, what's the result of your analysis?
I got 3 plus my 1 venture.
Okay. All right. So, you both, when you kind of like, you hide, you close your eyes a little bit when you're hiding. When you open them, you're not in the office anymore. You're in a dark tunnel next to each other.
I scream when someone's beside me.
And you hear like a piece of metal move and some like light coming into the tunnel and a shadowy shape appear at the end of a tunnel. Lucky, you hear Alice scream, and Nigel, you pump some magic into this, and to bend reality to your will, right?
Yes.
Laws of physics be damned. I'm
That's
gonna
right.
fucking hide.
That's right. That's
But
right.
it went a little wrong. So you triggered magical flux. So I have a chart here for minor magical fluxes. And this one is so appropriate. You then hear all of this screaming and ranting, and Lucky, behind you, all of the children in the Ash Garden who were kind of like ghostly and insubstantial,
It's not my fault.
start screaming and ranting.
Jesus Christ.
What did I do? Did I summon a demon or something?
And because again, there's some great things going on chat, particularly from Jordan. The kids start ranting about how mother needs to be fed.
No! No! Oh no. Oh
And
no.
this goes on for a few minutes before then
Okay.
eventually dying out.
Oh my god. Are they in the same tunnel as me then?
Well,
Did they,
you heard Alice scream.
I did. Okay. I'm gonna go forward in this tunnel then.
They just see a backlit man shape appear at the end of this tunnel that they're in and start crawling in after them.
Point of order, storyteller. Am I successfully hidden or not?
Well, you successfully hid, and now you're in a dark tunnel, but someone is
Great.
crawling into it.
Great. Perfect. Great. Thanks. This is fine.
Alice will stand up and pull out her Vorpal sword and say, "Hold!
Whoa.
Who goes there?"
Whoa.
So you go
Alice.
to stand up, but you like crack your head because the tunnel's like 4 feet tall. But you then get this
Got it.
sword.
Oh yeah, this wouldn't. I would have to hold it sideways.
Alice.
It's like 5 feet tall, just for audience reference.
So you get it like
Alice.
angled in front of you.
Alice. It's just
Lucky.
me. I don't know how you
You-
guys got in here. I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't really know what's going on.
You found
Um,
us.
Somehow you made it in here. Great. Okay, let's keep going. Something's back here. There are secrets back here. And we need to find them. Go, 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 go. Quickly.
Are we not gonna get the kids out?
We are, but
Okay.
the kid told me layers upon layers of secrets. And there is a secret in the middle of the Ash Garden. I think we're in it.
We're in it right now. This is the secret tunnel.
It might be the secret. I can't say for sure.
It's like
Secret
it's like a sacred passage.
I don't know. But we have to get the kids out of here when they're they're used up. They use them up and they discard them. And
Okay.
just go. Go forward. Go now. Quickly.
Alice is gonna go.
All right.
Okay.
So you start moving, and the tunnel like sort of eventually opens up so that you can stand. It's dark, so you actually can't see. You're just kind of like walking with your hand trailing. And after a few twists and turns, like the fitful light that was coming in from the ash pit fades, and it is pitch black.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. This is fine. I guess we're just gonna have to feel our way along the tunnel. I don't have a flashlight or anything in my inventory.
Oh, I didn't bring a flashlight. I could have, but
I mean, for the sake of narrative and because
Yeah.
Lucky goes to a lot of bars, I mean, if someone wants to buy a flashlight, totally cool. But you definitely got some books and matches on you.
Oh yeah, you're right. Probably yes. Okay, great. Okay, I'm just gonna continuously light matches as
You're just
we go
lighting
on.
matches.
One after another as they burn out.
Yeah.
Occasionally, like burn my fingers.
And then you drop them. The good thing is you're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs, which quickly
Is that
becomes
good?
useful because you find that you're twisting in, around, and back on yourself in a labyrinth.
oh no.
So
This
this
must be
is
the maze.
this is a good spot for us to take a quick break to be
Okay.
human for a couple of minutes
Yep.
and refresh drinks, and especially Matthew, who's been on stream for like going on 9 hours now.
I live here now.
So we'll be back in like 10 minutes, folks, and pick this up. So don't go away. Hang out in chat, and we'll be back super soon. Thanks, everybody. All right. Welcome back as we return from being human to be not quite human. Vizsla in Invisible Sun. So we find ourselves in a dark tunnel fitfully lit by the sporadic mini torches of Lucky's bar matches. And you find that these tunnels are just like turning in back on themselves. You know, you take left and rights. You shouldn't be going in circles, but you're going in circles as you navigate this maze. Like, you occasionally find like a burnt out match on the ground as you retread steps. And from all around, you occasionally hear whispers in the darkness. Small, childlike sing-song whispers and the patter of little bare feet running on stone. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think this time, and you don't necessarily need to roll this time, I think, because it's not necessarily a...
I'm gonna.
Oh,
I,
yeah,
That
I got it.
sounds-
I clicked on the thing, but it didn't unmute the Zoom feed, so...
Whoops.
Lucky is going to use mental speech again to
Yeah.
contact the child. So you go ahead and spend. You figure you probably need to spend the extra sorcery to up it to at least long. So
Okay. Okay.
You don't know if they're within 3 meters of you.
So that is. I have to spend 1 sorcery penny.
Yep, 1 additional.
Okay. So 2. All right. So that brings me down to 6. Okay. All right. You're right. This is a maze.
Oh, that's what you say to the kid,
Yeah, that's what I say.
and you just get a. I told you, the heart of the maze. It's a labyrinth. Peel through the secrets.
But you
Like
know
a
your way
s-
through, don't you?
We do, but you have to find us.
All right. This is part of the game.
Like a snake.
A snake.
As I
Like
slip
a
in Sean
snake.
Connery in Invisible Sean.
Oh, Lucky, don't you know? It's gonna be a snake.
A snake.
Like a snake shedding its skin.
I'll take anal bum covers for 500, Alex.
All right.
It is VR After Dark, so.
It is, yeah, it is for sure. All right. Okay. Well, if I can listen to their voices, if they're still giggling creepily, I'm gonna try and follow them.
They come from all around. Sometimes they're
course
behind
they
you,
do.
sometimes they're
Of course. All
off to
right.
the side.
All right.
Sometimes they
Okay.
come from the walls.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, I don't really want to just wander aimlessly. Sorry, I'm looking at my character sheet again.
Yeah.
I have so many abilities. I'm like, what can I use now?
I'm glad someone has more than 2 things to do.
I have so much crap. And
Did you guys know about this whole thing called general spells?
all right. Well, we're only here to help you. So maybe we can shorten the game.
You have to prove it. Dig through the secrets. Find what's buried.
Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna try and keep my concentration on the kids, just in case I need to talk to them again. But
So does Alice
I wish
have to
I
like,
had-
lead you along?
yeah, I was gonna say I wish I had talked to them before I had cast this again, but
So once you start it, you're like incommunicado. There's okay.
I have to focus on this and nothing else, basically,
Well,
in
I'll
order
grab,
to keep that link.
yeah, I'll grab the matches. For
Okay, I was
starters,
gonna pass them off. Yeah,
before it burns you.
I like to think that I grabbed under your coat or something beforehand, knowing that I would be doing this. So
Yeah.
okay,
Alice would totally do that, and we can start heading. Do you like give us any indication? Because I don't think we know yet what.
I mean, I would think that after wandering in here for a while, you would realize that it's kind of a maze, right?
Oh yeah. You've totally
I
noticed
mean-
now.
Okay.
Like you see like a dropped match, like, and you don't think there's any way you could have possibly gone in a circle, but somehow you did.
Okay.
All right.
I'll definitely start pulling Lucky along, but I'm trying to figure out. We could. Alice is gonna pull out her Vorpal sword again and like stick it into the wall and just see what happens and see if we can like go through the walls if we're going in circles.
Okay. So you stick out the sword into the wall, and the wall writhes and screams as the stone parts like slick flesh.
No.
I need you to roll against the wall here.
Okay. What am I? Do I have any like Bene that I can add, or?
Yeah, so it would be, I guess, it's accuracy for making attacks.
Okay.
The level of the weapon is always applied to your venture as well.
Okay. I don't know if I wrote down the level. We said it was a heavy one.
Yeah,
I
that
think-
affects how much damage it deals. But because this is your special maker's item, right?
Yeah.
It might say there what the level is supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm just pulling that up.
If not, we'll assume 2 if it doesn't say.
Okay. Signature object. It doesn't say.
Okay, so we'll say 2. It's a magical
Okay.
object, so.
Okay. And then 1 from my accuracy. Yeah. I'll
Oh
just
yeah,
go
and
with
we
that.
should do this too since you're in the labyrinth now. You really need a new Sooth card.
Mm.
Hey, great.
Compelling voice. This is invisible. And it is secrets. Bids us to do something. I mean, this is totally the kids. The compelling voice compelling you into the labyrinth.
Yeah.
And it is the secrets family. There's no
I think-
coincidences in Invisible Sun.
I think that's also one of my families. Let me double check. No. Notions. Sorry. Oh no.
All right, so you've
Okay.
got a venture of 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. So your blade digs deep into the flesh as it sort of parts a slit horizontally through the wall, which this oily ichor sort of bleeds out. Matthew, you've got connections with demons, right?
Yeah, they're kind of hot for me, and I'm hot for them.
Yeah. The voice, the language that babbles out of this slit in the fleshy wall is definitely a language of the demons of the dark.
Oh, I understood that one. I understood that little moan and groan. I could speak demon.
Do you want to maybe go
Hide.
in? Oh,
Corrupt. Feed.
I'm gonna prop myself on the wall. Hey, baby, come
It's
come here often.
you prop yourself up on the flesh wall.
Yes.
As it's sort of like as it rippled out. It was stone before because you were trailing your hand along it, but now that it's been pierced by the Vorpal blade, it sort of has rippled outward, at least in this localized area, turning into flesh, and it is slick and greasy.
Happens every once in a while when you get pierced. I just say that to the wall. I'm like, hey, baby, come here often. Yeah.
We have been bound, shaped, twisted, folded in upon ourselves. To hide the secrets, we seek to consume what is here. This is all being said in not the language of Indigo, which is you all speak, but in the language of the void. You just hear this cacophonous sound as if 1,000 voices from 1,000 throats were pouring out of this wound slit by the Vorpal blade.
Well, we're not really, after your secrets too much. We're just here for some little ones, some wee lads and lasses. That's all.
The little ones keep us at bay. We will consume.
Oh, baby, don't say that. Don't talk like that. We can't be together if you talk like that.
Would you serve us?
Shit.
Is everything okay over there, Nigel?
Oh, yeah, I'm just speaking into the void. It's all right. Just a little void on void action. I'm sure you've seen this before.
Would you like a boon, mortal?
Fuck. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I
The
would.
heart of this labyrinth holds something we hunger for far more than the souls of these children. We can
Alright.
make a deal.
Yeah, I like the way this is sounding. I find that for you, and you let the children go or whatever.
We need assurances.
Like what?
We need a little peace, a little taste of a soul.
Like mine?
That will do.
That's fine. Put my hand on the wall.
And the wall sort of writhes underneath your hand as like small sort of almost microscopic tendrils burrow into the flesh of your skin. And everyone else can see. Do you wear like long sleeves, short sleeves?
Yeah.
Tank
Well,
top?
this is what I'm wearing right now.
Sleeves like rolled at all?
Yeah, they're
or-
definitely rolled up. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me get in character here. What am I doing with my life? Yeah, they're rolled up.
Yeah. So everyone else can see sort of like tracing along the veins from his hand and up his arm as they turn black and squirm. Like worms burrowing up his veins. Which you can feel, Nigel. It's not painful, but it's not pleasant. Well, maybe it's pleasant. I don't know how Nigel feels about that.
He's sporting a chubby. I'm gonna look over.
Nigel is currently being penetrated by a demon, so
I'm gonna look over to Lucky. I'm like, for the kids, all right? For the kids.
and then it sort of detaches as something has wormed inside of you, and he left something behind.
So, Void said, we find something at the bottom of the labyrinth and they'll let the kids go or whatever. Secrets or the thing at the bottom for the kids. Fair trade. And I show my blackened veins and I'm like, that's the collateral, that is. So don't ever say I never did you. Nothing
And
for
the veins sort of basically on his right arm, left arm.
Yeah, I'm righty.
Yeah. Yeah, so sort of from his hand to his elbow are black now and like faintly worming and writhing and twisting under his skin.
Oh my god. That's really gross. I think I'm still in my concentration, so unless the penetration of the flesh wall disrupted it.
The penetration of Nigel by the flesh wall. Let's get the top and bottom correct here.
Absolutely.
Honestly, was there any other way this show is going to go tonight?
No, absolutely not. No, there really wasn't.
We knew what we signed up for.
That's right.
Y'all knew, except the viewers.
Yeah.
Half of them knew what they were signing up for.
They're learning.
All right. So am I still, can I hold my concentration, or is this like...
Yeah. I think if you chose to, it takes some effort. You heard this babbling cacophony, but if you chose to
spend... then I trust Alice to deal with this. To lead now. Okay. Because I'm still trying to keep in contact with these kids, because I wouldn't know otherwise. So.
Mm-hmm. But the sing-songiness has like changed a little bit. There's a hint of panic there, fear.
Is everything okay? Are you feeling afraid?
They come. The dark always seeks to extinguish the light.
Who's coming?
The dark. You can hear the capitals in that.
Okay.
In your brain, the dark.
But we want to get you out of here, away from the dark.
Hurry. Must protect the secrets.
Tell me how to protect the secrets and I'll protect them.
You have to find your way through the maze. Dig through the secrets.
Then I need you to help me. I need you to help me.
You have to do it yourself. We've already told you what you have to do.
Do you want to reiterate that?
Everyone must walk the path. Walk the spiral. Go deeper.
Walk the spiral?
Sometimes magic is needed.
All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my character sheet again.
You can always get creative, and remember, spending sortilege is always using magic, right? So even if you don't have a direct ability.
Oh, really?
Yep, sortilege is you channeling your raw magical power into an effect that might otherwise be mundane to like just directly try and twist reality, jump further, run faster.
So I can just choose to use it and not have to necessarily cast a spell or something.
That's right.
Like, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if you're doing something like, I mean, you're usually doing some other action, right? So investigating or sneaking or whatever.
Okay. Can I use...
Beware of the fluxes.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that is the thing. If you're putting extra magic into something, every time you use magic, things can go wrong.
Good.
Of course, yeah. Can you spend from Certes and Qualia at the same time?
So,
or can you...
Well, no. Basically, the answer is complicated, but not that complicated. Unless you have the secret that lets you spend extra bene, you can only spend one bene.
Okay. All right. But I can use the skill.
Yes. And in rare circumstances, more than one skill might apply.
Okay. How about running and sneaking?
So you want to go quick but quiet?
Yeah, I want to go quick and I want to be quiet. And then I would also like to spend I guess I would like to spend sortilege to try and get through the. What
Yeah,
I'm trying to do is
if you want to use magic at all and you're not using a
Yeah.
spell or ability, then you have
Mhm.
to at the very least spend sortilege.
Okay, got it. They said it was a spiral,
Mm-hmm.
so I would like to just like whatever direction we come across first, right or left. I would just like to continuously go left. I'm gonna break my mental speech,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna keep going in one direction.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So you're like
leave
gonna
the other two
purposely
in
go in circles, but
Yes. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. I like this. And you're
Okay.
leading everyone else. So
Okay.
so you're trying to go fast because you
Mhm.
figure speed and
Yeah.
but quickly
I don't want to
'cause
be
you're-
noticed.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're trying to like hide from the spiral while you work
Right.
it.
So running
Okay.
and sneaking at
Yeah.
1 point of sortilege. So it's a venture of 3.
Well, so,
Or-
so
well,
sor-
sorry, not a
sortilege
venture,
doesn't
but-
add to your venture.
Okay.
So
Sortilege adds a dice, right?
that's right. So
Okay.
running your what's your skill in running?
1.
1
And
and
sneaking is also 1. So
Okay,
that's
so that's a
2.
venture of 2. You can
Yeah.
spend a bene from movement to up that to
Okay,
3.
I will. I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah, and then you can also spend a sortilege. Sortilege is the exception to the like spending more than 1 bene. You can always
Mhm.
spend also a sortilege to roll an extra dice.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll 2 dice.
Yeah. Now,
And-
if someone wants to aid you, they can
Uh-huh.
also like one person can aid you, and if they have a skill, so if they're just aiding you, it's a +1. If they
Mhm.
have a skill, particularly one that's at higher than 1, they add the level of the skill.
Okay.
I got my my sneak 2, right? Shadow skill 2. We established that
Yes.
stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm a shady bitch. I'll help you.
Good. Okay, I'm going to break my mental speech and I'm going to tell them it's a spiral.
Right.
I'm just going to say that. It's a spiral. And
It's at the bottom.
you have to go deeper.
Oh yeah, I like the way that sounds, love.
All right. I need your help.
Okay.
All right.
So,
I'll help.
so that'll be a total venture of 5, and you're rolling 2 dice.
Okay. First one is a 7 plus 5 is a number. And the second one is a 9.
Okay. All right.
That's
So-
14.
So it's hard. This was hard, but you're constantly turning to the left, following the left-hand path. You find yourself, instead of going in a circle, as you move quickly and stealthily through the corridors, you find yourself spiraling downwards deeper and deeper, and the stone, everything goes hot and humid around you as you spiral into the bottom and eventually come out at the bottom of an inverted pyramid. So when you step out into sort of a cavern, you find yourself at the bottom point of a space that you walk the spiral, but when you step out, you find the 4 walls just perfectly flat and smooth, arcing outwards as you're standing at the bottom point of this inverted pyramid shape. And there is a altar that is like a white marble traced through with filigrees of gold. And resting on the altar is a pearly white rod. On one end is a silver cat's head, and on the other is a golden bird. And it's just resting in a cradle.
I'm going to pick it up.
So as you sort of step into the room, the walls kind of bulge inwards as all through this pyramid that probably rises several hundred feet above you, almost as if writhing bodies are trying to like push out through a membrane as it sort of like bulges out, indistinct, and then sinking back in. And you can hear screams, but then they stop, they go quiet. And then a small child steps out from the other side of, like, just kind of peeks out from the other side of the altar. And a familiar voice just says, I told you you had to burrow through the secrets. Left and left and left again. The secret ways don't always go in a circle.
Well, I think we found our way.
This is what we have to keep safe.
Keep safe from what?
From the dark that wants to swallow it. Eat it up whole. The dark is hungry and hates the light.
Does it have to stay here to be safe?
It's been safe here for years.
Then why did you bring us here?
Because you wanted to help the children.
And how can I help them now that I'm here?
Well, if this isn't here and doesn't need to be safeguarded, if it can go somewhere else safe, and you took the children out, well, maybe that's better. I don't know.
We've got a solid maybe right now.
This might be okay.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Nigel, your arm is itching and burning
All right.
and squirming and writhing.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it in my jacket.
We can pop it into my hair too if we want.
I'm just going to hold on to it. I'm
So
going to take it out.
It seems to glow. Like you can see the aura radiating off of it, which Alice, you as a maker know that, like, you know, some magic items just, you know, look like regular items, right? Most of the kindled stuff you make, they look nice, but they don't radiate palpable auras. But powerful magic items do. And really powerful magic items even more so. And this seems to fairly radiate silver and gold to the extent that actually just by looking at it, all of you gain 1 joy.
Nice.
Shit.
We'll add that in. My God. Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it in my jacket.
All right.
Because I want to get it out of here.
So as you put your hand on it,
I get it in spare.
I need you to make a withstand defense.
All right. Okay, so I have +1 to withstand.
Yep. And you can spend Bene from your physicality pool to up.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. Can I spend more than 1? Or just 1?
Not without the secret. So you can only spend the 1 Bene.
Okay.
The only exception is also spending sortilege to roll more than 1 dice.
Okay, then I'm going to also spend sortilege because I still have some.
Okay.
Not much.
And you've got a couple of rest actions, right? So you can recharge some pools pretty quickly.
Okay, well, it's +2 at the moment. First roll is a 5, so 7 and 5.
Okay, and a 7. So yeah, so it, like, your hand tingles when you grab it. You can feel this energy sort of coursing through, but you pick it up.
Thank God. Okay, I'm gonna stash it on my person. Okay, guys. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but we have to get these kids out of here now. I have.
The void said it would help, but I don't know what we've got to give up.
We have to give something up? What are you talking about, the void?
So Nigel,
I was not.
In Nigel, you hear the whispering that just says, "Feed us the rod, and we will free the children."
The void says, "You feed them the rod, they'll feed the children. Free the children. Free the children." My.
Damn, I broke my mental speech with this kid. I can't ask him if that's true.
And
he's actually disappeared now when you picked up the rod.
Of course he has. Oh my God.
The rod's what's protecting him. I think, from the void. So either the void's coming and eating a whole mess of children, or it's going to eat that rod.
Well, I'd rather eat the rod than the kids.
Well, I'm gonna put my hand out with the veins, and as I do, I imagine like worms start out from my veins, and I just wince a little bit.
Yeah, so even a little bit more extreme than that. So I watched Captain Marvel yesterday.
Oh no!
And you know when the cat, which is the Firkin, eats people, and its like mouth turns into a tentacled horror straight out of Stranger Things. Like your whole arm almost like explodes as the flesh of your hand rips open, peeling back like it was a suit, and these dark, oily tentacles lash out, writhing, and grab a hold of the rod, and coursing energy like starts burning the tentacles as some of them like burn off and fall away. But more just keep uncoiling out of your arm and like lashing on until eventually the whole rod is like sucked into your arm, which then reshapes itself into your hand.
I'm going to say in void speech, I'm like, you all brought me on this mission to help, and I've helped in the only way I know how.
Oh my god.
And the rod vanishes, and the blackness fades out of your arm. And as all of you witness an artifact of the legacy be consumed by the dark and the void, you also all gain a despair.
Oh.
We're doing great.
Oh my god.
Well, you need both to advance.
You do?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Section. Okay, there it is. Mm.
I'm going to look to Nigel and say, excuse me, sir, could you bring that back?
No, this is good. This is okay. They said they'd free the children, right?
What's done is done.
What's done can be undone. You have an eraser?
Alice, this is what we needed to do.
It's just, it was a really good artifact.
Alice, you can make your own another time. Right now, we're here to free the
Can't
kids.
make things that good. I'm not good enough.
Well, you'll get there. I promise you will. Right now, we came here to free the kids, and we might be doing it.
Okay.
I'll introduce you to some of my friends. They'll probably help you learn how to make some real nice magic items.
Okay.
You gotta give a little to get a little, hon.
You're amazing, Alice.
I'm grumpy.
I believe in you.
You are terrific, darling.
Okay, we need to hurry up and save these kids.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Better make good on the deal. Hey, I've never been betrayed by the void before. Why should it start now?
Oh my god. Okay. So what happens?
So everything around you, I mean, the writhing bodies all subsided, and the pyramid went still. But now you can see that along the inner track, steps start to appear, sliding out, tunk, 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 in a spiral along the right-hand path, twisting up in a right-hand helix up the inside surface of the inverted pyramid.
Go. We're going to run up these stairs. I'm going to start running up these stairs.
All right.
Sorry, nope. Lucky first.
All right, we'll just gentlemen then.
Ah, yes, Nox, that is a real good reminder. It is
Nox!
definitely... Because actually, several Sooth cards probably should have been played, because Joy and Despair happened, and you witnessed something from the Legacy get...
Fair is fair.
Yeah, definitely we need another Sooth card. We have the Banished Serpent. So this is Mysteries, silver enhanced, gold decremented, and this is revolving around exile. The Banished Servant can be a blessing or a curse, depending. Someone is cast out, a demon or spirit is banished, or must be banished to end the threat. An NPC foe is punished for some act they committed. The PC is cast out of a place they wish to be, depending joy, despair, how this goes. So this is the banished serpent.
Okay.
So you are running up the stairs. These are they're kind of slick. They're a little slippery, and it is a little bit of a challenge. So I am going to have you need to make rolls as you're going up, bounding up these stairs. It is difficult. It's not impossible for a regular schluppy human like me, but difficult. So I'm going to say this is a level 7 challenge.
Oh my god. Dan.
So 1 to 10 is the like things within the range of someone with no skill or training can accomplish, right? Obviously a 10 they need to like get lucky, right? They get a roll a 9. And then like 11 to 13 is still the mortal range, but you have to have some skills, and then above that you basically need magic. So it is a 7. Running, climbing, any of those skills could be applied here.
Okay, I have running. I would like to be running. What about, can you spend physicality and movement at the same time, or just one?
Well, no, because remember you can only spend 1 bene period.
Sorry,
right?
yeah.
So
Okay.
So this will be out of movement. You could spend a bene, and again you can spend sortilege though.
Right.
To throw some magic dice on here.
Doing it.
I don't think I'm gonna.
You only need the 1 success. You don't need 2. This is not magical, but you can use magic to help you.
Are we all doing this, or?
Yes.
I'm not going to spend sortilege.
Okay.
But I will use running and movement.
Okay, so you've got a venture of 2.
2, yeah. Out of 1.
Me
Lucky's.
too. Okay.
High five.
And what about Nigel?
Yeah, 9 and a 7. So.
Okay, so Nigel's like bounding, sort of like taking the stairs 2 at a time. A little bit of magical energy poofing as he charges up, whereas Lucky and Alice get partway up and slip and fall down to the bottom, and like crack into the earth hard, and take a wound.
Oh no!
You can spend one. You can spend 1 bene physicality to negate a wound.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do that because
you only got 3 wounds and you die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, I'm spending physicality to negate that. Do I need to try again to get up the stairs?
You do.
Oh my god. Okay.
Do you want me to just ploop send you up?
Can you do that? Can you get us both up? Alice, I don't want to leave you down here.
I'll extend my hand to try to catch them if they get close enough.
I'm trying to figure out if I can get both of us up.
Okay.
Didn't you teleport us?
Let's talk it out.
Okay.
Yeah, being a ghost is cool.
I want to use my mind's grip to basically launch one of us to the top.
Okay.
I think that can get one of us there. I don't know what. Can you like pump up your ephemera at all?
That's a good question. I think that I forget if you can, but at the least I'm gonna say you can spend a sorcery, which would it just adds to your venture.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I think one of us has to run up. I can only get one of us up.
I'm running.
Yeah.
Lucky has those book of stories.
I do.
That's
Can I flip through those?
That's 150 feet, right? Because it's a very long distance. Was that right, Alice?
Yeah.
Yep. That would get you to the top.
Okay. Can I use Alice's stories then? Can she get up with me?
It was
I
only.
think
for
it just
one
transports
person.
you.
Yeah.
She's my best friend.
I'll use my ephemera and go up with that.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna pull out Alice's book of stories then, which I have right here. It has
Okay.
snakes on it canonically now.
There we
Ooh.
go. Canonically.
Canonically, sorry.
Oh, I didn't mean to correct you. That was not my intent.
I don't know
notice.
anyway.
Aw.
I was just saying,
Alright.
yes, canonically it is true. So you open it and read the story. There's a depletion on that, correct?
Yeah,
Please
0 to
roll.
4.
Yeah, 0 to 4, so roll a dice.
Me or Alice?
Yes, you.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay. Me or Alice, yes. I got a 0.
Oh.
So it works, but you
My book
open
is
it
gone.
and you read the story, and you basically teleport to the top of the pyramid, and then the book like crumbles into ash in your hands.
Oh my god, I'm so
It's magic
I'm
spent.
so sad. I'm so sad that you spent all this time making this wonderful object for me and I rolled a 0.
This is now the second expensive item that Alice has made that got depleted on its first use.
Yes.
What are the chances? Oh my god, I'm so sorry,
Oh.
Alice.
It's
Thank you
fine.
for me. Anyway, okay, all right. I made it to the top of the stairs anyway.
I'll use my mind's grip to hurl myself up to the top. It says a far distance, up to 200 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, you can. Oh, a far distance?
Yes. Can I like get a running start and then use it to like propel me really far and then run the rest of the way?
Sure.
Okay.
So we'll do a roll, but we'll modify your difficulty down from a 7 because you're not doing the whole thing.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a level 5 ephemera. Do I use that?
Yeah, let's do
Or-
that. Let's add that to the challenge. And actually, you know what? Between that and your other stuff, you could basically bring this down to a 0. So
Okay.
yeah. So let's just go with that. So
Okay.
yeah, you run partway, then you use the ephemera and poof, sort of fling yourself the rest of the way.
Okay.
And so you're all at the top of the inverted pyramid, and when you find this like little hatch that when you push up, ash sort of streams away, and you find yourself in one of these ash pits in the ash gardens, and the children are all streaming towards the exit, and you can see from like hallways nearby, the children are all like running, screaming, and streaming out. And mixed in are some of these orderlies, right? And you see the two people who run it, Milos and Garand, who you had met earlier, sort of charge out, and they're like, "What is going on here? Children, stop!" And one of them, Milos, is sort of like, threatening the children, and the other one's trying to bribe them with candy, and they're streaming by him. And just as they do, dark shadows kind of coalesce from the corners as these tendrils, sharpened tendrils, like lance out and run through Milos and Garand in bloody sprays, lifting them, twisting and squirming into the air before slurping them back into the darkness of the corners.
That's the shit I like to see.
And the children are all just like pouring out, like running towards the exit of the building.
I
There's
look
like
at Luck-
dozens of kids running past you.
Yeah. I look at Lucky and say, see? Void don't lie, love. It's the triumvirate that lies. It's the bureaucracy that lies. Void's always been good to me when I'm good to it. Fuck yeah. Children savers! And I just go to high-five Lucky. And
I will do it. I will do it.
Yeah!
Go, Alice.
Yeah, go.
Alice, now we have to get them before anybody else notices. We have to get them out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll start like sending them along, and Alice is just sort of like, do people just like fuck their way into the Void's good books? What? She's just like considering this. Have I been writing the wrong tales?
That's right. That's right.
And then she's just gonna like try and usher the kids through. And
Yeah, I mean, they're all running out into the streets. And pretty quickly, yes, you did, Kyle. That is exactly what you heard. The shadows grow darker and more menacing with every passing moment.
Then we want to get out of here too.
I'll send Lucky and Nigel through. Are we close to the door?
I mean, you could find it easily enough. Like, basically everyone's headed towards that direction to exit the building.
I would like to stand at the door to make sure all the kids get through first.
Okay, just one
That's
second.
the whole point.
I just have to let my cat out because I closed the door.
Yeah, Ella's not smart enough to get through small gaps, so she's not. It's true. She needs to be let out.
I'll pull myself together in the meantime.
Ella was like, I decided I'm awake now and I must yell and get out of the room. She probably wants nothing. She'll be back in here in like 2 seconds. Typical cat. All right. So yeah, if you wait now, so as the kids stream out, some of them stop and gather like confusedly in the street, but others are definitely going to like start running off like into alleys and random directions.
Yeah, we did it. Now they're free in the city of Satyrine.
We've got a house to take them to.
If they need to go to a house.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're going to try and corral the running orphan children, how are you going to do that? The building behind you groans.
I would like to start entertaining them if no one else has a other idea.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I can use stories, poetry, and song to entertain a group. After about 30 minutes, which is the like part I'm not sure about, NPCs are hardened and happier, and they're favorably disposed towards me. So if I can like convince them to listen for that time, I want to try and use my entertain ability.
How many people here have experience trying to keep kids' attention for 30
Oh my god, it does not happen.
But Alice is magically entertaining.
That's right. So it would literally take sorcery.
I'm going to use my old science instructor trick. I'm going to say, if you can hear my voice, please clap once. I'm going to get them all to do that. I'm going to say, if you can hear my voice, please clap twice. I'm going to do this until they've all focused in.
All right. So you're doing that. What else is other people doing to like help Alice corral children?
I'm gonna use. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna use influence minds.
Okay. How many?
It's level. It's level 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's adds an additional dice. I give a mental command for an action that can be completed in one round, such as flee, drop your weapons, listen to me, let me pass, and the like. All within short range that I want to be affected will obey.
Okay,
it
all
is
within short range.
But
yeah, so
right.
within 10 feet of you, basically. No, sorry.
It's something.
It is, absolutely. Short, within 15 meters. So, yeah, I mean, that's within like 50 feet. So,
that's pretty good.
You said it's level 5?
Level 5, yeah.
Okay, so it's 5 sorcery.
Yeah. Let me see if I have enough to spend that, actually. I do, just barely. Oh my gosh.
And you can use one of your rest actions right afterwards to
Okay, I will because
and recharge some stuff.
Okay, so if I rolled it, sorry, since I've never done a rest real quick, I roll a d6 and whatever I roll, I can refresh my pools.
Put back into pools however you want. Yeah.
To all my pools or just
no.
like
You have
Okay,
6
so I
points. to then
divide the
distribute.
6 points or whatever I roll among the other pools. Okay, got it.
That's right.
Anyway, okay, so that's a 3 plus 5, so 8. And I just
Okay.
want to tell them. I just want to tell them to listen to Alice's story. Sorry.
Okay. All right,
I'm
so
gonna-
you're doing that. So that definitely impacts some.
I got a 6 for my rest, so I'm gonna
Nice.
put
Excellent.
that back in. Yeah. Very happy.
Can I try to corral one of the children into my void arm?
Okay. Can we please get these kids to where they belong?
Okay, so you get them listening.
Do I roll for my entertain ability or? It says it gives me +1 to any attempt to interact with them. If I
Okay.
use-
Yeah, so why don't you make it'd be like an interaction.
Okay. And Nigel and Lucky also get 1 bene back from that.
Oh, thanks, love.
Thanks.
Okay. So I'll do that. So it's +1 interaction. Do I know what the venture is?
It's probably hard because it's a couple of dozen screaming children running around.
Yeah.
So let's say it's an 8.
Okay. I'm going to use some secret knowledge.
Okay, perfect. Why don't you describe what is the secret knowledge that you're using to empower yourself here?
I know that when you're trying to talk to kids, they all secretly really enjoy hearing about unicorns. So I'm going to tell a story about a unicorn.
Okay,
Um,
perfect.
enthralled.
And yes, I did just double check, and thanks, Jordan, for the reminder. I was mixing my Cypher and Invisible Sun, which is not unusual. When you use your refresh, you get to refresh a pool. So you don't roll a d6, you just refresh a pool of your choice.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna refresh my sorcery,
sorcery.
whatever.
Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, so
That's
it's back to
good.
10. Yeah, that's very good. Okay, great.
And then I would like to use my Learn from Tales ability to get some sortilege back, which is I just apply lessons from stories that I've read. There's a lot of stories going on.
I mean, that is your forte.
Yeah. So I think I've got +2 and 2 dice, I think.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens. I rolled 2 2s.
The kids aren't listening to you at all.
Can I try to snatch one of them with my goddamn void arm? I'm gonna use my
No,
worm
don't
arm.
snatch the children. Don't snatch
Oh,
the children. Oh my god.
Your arm's back to your arm is back to
No.
normal now.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
Then I'll
okay,
just
okay,
stand
okay,
there.
okay. Oh my god.
I ain't got no magic for this one.
So you're definitely losing children. The building behind you groans even more loudly and starts to shake
oh my god.
as from all around it
No.
dark black tentacles erupt out of the ground and embrace the building and begin to pull it down into the earth.
Please tell me the kids are all out. Are the kids all out?
You think they're probably all out.
Probably. That's not good enough. I need to know if they're all out.
You
Oh, God.
were waiting. I mean, you didn't have time to go in and check the building, but lots of kids came out.
Okay.
We gotta consider that a win, love.
I mean, you're definitely
Yeah.
losing children into like the alleys and
That's okay though. If they know where they're
Yeah.
going, whatever. You know, if they have somewhere to go, then fine.
to be fair, Lucky is also technically homeless, so
Yeah. I get it. I can relate to this homelessness.
Nigel, could you deal with this enclosure of the void onto the building.
Yeah. See, it's dealt with. The building's gone.
You hear this like, very loud, similar to when the flesh gash of a mouth spoke to you in the tunnel, as if from thousands of throats, but these are like foghorn loud as they echo up out of the earth.
Oh, great.
And Matthew, you can understand as it says, consume.
Now all of Saturnine knows you're here.
I'll just say to them, the void just told me, it's all right. No children were harmed in the consumption of that building there. We made a deal.
A giant disclaimer pops out. No children were harmed in the filming.
That's right. That's right.
We'll roll that with our credits at the end.
I think we need to leave.
Yeah.
Alice, is there anything you can do about this? Can we get the rest of these kids out of here? And we need to go quickly before the thaw arrives.
Yeah, because on that note, as you all gain a despair.
No, another.
Yeah.
Despair me, Daddy.
You can see in the distance approaching, but not yet here. There are two shapes on what appears to be horseback. Stone statues of horses.
Gotta go.
Floating in. Each has a rider that is entirely gold-skinned, wearing only high black boots and a long red coat.
Alice, now. Alice, get us out of here.
Don't listen to me.
Alice, it doesn't matter.
Are coming.
Alice, the thaw are
Run!
coming.
Run!
Okay. We can't just leave the kids here.
No, bring them with us. Something now. Get us to Elizabeth's house now. You can do it.
Okay, I'm just going to yell.
There's like maybe a dozen kids around you at this point.
Splendid if you got it, hon. Use all your sorcery, darling.
Oh my god.
Can I go in between the kids and the riders? Like I wanted to interpose.
The riders are probably like several hundred feet away at this point. You can see them, but they're not. Okay. They're not even within very long range yet.
Okay, and I'm gonna hold out my hand, and on my palm there's gonna be a sphincter-like mouth. This is in the description of the object. This is not.
Yeah. So you attach this little thing to your hand, and then a sphincter-like mouth forms in the palm of your hand.
And I'm going to use my miasma mark to make a giant cloud of toxic vapor in their direction, and hope that it'll give us a bit more time to corral these kids.
In a small distance, so about a 3-meter diameter circle, floating in the middle of the street. This miasma of gas pours out of the sphincter mouth.
Wow, the thought of destiny, that's gonna slow.
Oh my god.
I don't know how to corral the kids.
Well, the 12 that are standing there just looking at you are corralled.
12. 12.
Everyone else has disappeared.
That's fine. Okay. That's fine. We have 12 of them. Great.
Good.
Great. I assume the rest of them can fend for themselves. They are free of the Ash Gardens. That's what I wanted to do. So let's go. Let's get out of here.
The Ash Gardens are like half pulled into the ground now, being eaten by black tentacles. There's a lot of slurping.
Saturnine's totally a safe place for homeless children. I'm sure you understand.
Absolutely. All right, come on, kids. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Get these kids. Alice, please.
Okay, I'll run and just direct them.
All right. So you guys are going to try and make a getaway unseen from the thaw.
Yes.
So this is going to need something.
Okay.
So this will require stealth or speed or both.
Great. I have running and sneaking. Both.
Okay. Yep.
And also dodge. Could dodge come into play here?
No, that's like a defense. So
okay.
You like dodging someone shooting at you.
All right, cool. All right. Running and sneaking is what I have. Can I help my friends with that? And these
could help.
kids?
You can't because you need to be using your action at this moment to get away yourself.
Okay. Run and dodge. Or run and sneak then.
Yep. And if you have any magical stuff or incantations or objects to try and use, even if it seems weird.
Let's see.
Probably in particular if it seems weird.
What's around us right now? Like, what's the?
It's a street. There's there's buildings. There's alleys. It looks oppressive and Soviet. It's raining.
I love it so much.
Would we be able to use a wicked key to?
You can always use a wicked key
to just open a building up and go through the building.
Alice, you beautiful, creature.
Okay, Alice is gonna pull out her wicked key and run up to a building, just like jam it in and twist it open.
Yeah, as you approach, a keyhole forms as you insert the key into the wall of the building, and it swings open doors to envelope you. And you didn't notice, but this building is actually a little bit different from some of the other buildings around you. It's brightly colored at the moment, and it seems to be like a tenement building, but it's got some small businesses in the bottom. You know, there's a bodega in there, and as you open it, it feels like really warm and safe. Like you just get this overwhelming feeling of safety when you enter this building. And in fact, as you kind of like enter it, you're swarmed practically by like grandmotherly figures, grandparents, let's say, not just grandmothers, but you know, people that then just start doting on the children. Someone comes up and puts a blanket around your shoulders and like pushes a cup of tea into your hands. Oh, dears, it's okay, you're safe now.
Whoa.
Wicked keys.
That key was wicked awesome.
Excuse me, can you tell us where we are?
Oh, this is
Grandmother's house.
It's just a building. You're still here in Rivenhome. The building doesn't have any particular name, but it's safe here.
Thank you.
Can you?
Lucky, you all right? We did it, Lucky. The children are safe.
Yeah, can you keep them here?
Oh, of course. We can find space for them. We'll send some people out to try and gather up the others. We'll find a spot for them.
Thank you.
Alice is going to pull out her note that says everything will be fine and pass it to Lucky.
It's all right.
And in fact, it is so welcoming here that you actually all gain a joy. We never did much like that dreadful place.
Who was that? The grandmothers or the kids?
Yeah, that was the old folks living in here. One of them sort of like, you know, is blowing on the tea and looking at Nigel and says, "Even you are welcome here."
Ain't nothing wrong with me that a cup of tea.
She looks pointedly at your arm.
Which
is normal looking now, but she looks at it very pointedly.
I look her dead in the eye and say, "Children are safe, aren't they?"
That's true.
All right then. Cheers.
All right. Well, that is a good place to end for the evening, as children are free. legacy artifacts were found and then eaten by demons of the dark, but all in the name of getting children out. And the Ash Gardens appear to have been consumed by the void. I don't know. Screwing up the supply of glass orbs in Saturnine may or may not have long-lasting repercussions. We will see. All right, so we will go around and do our close, our sign-offs as people remind us. Tell us anything you have to promote, places you want to direct people. And normally we go through our character finales. We'll keep it brief today. If there's anything obvious that you thought of, acumen for an arc, joy or despair for your forte, that sort of thing. But in the interest of letting Matthew get some sleep after a virtual marathon here on VR today, we'll keep it super brief. And your favorite moment from the evening, which we like to sign off as well. And we'll go in let's go semi-reverse order. Let's start with Corey.
My name is Corey Hickson. I'm on Twitter at the same spot. Lately, I've been doing this, and this is where you can find me. I did a few game designy things, so if you want to check those out, they're on my Twitter. I don't think we had anything else for Alice. She's still doing her growth arc, so that's there.
Well, you did just commit the largest crime you've ever committed, because technically you just helped destroy a vital piece of infrastructure in the city.
Fuck yeah. It's what the Soviets used to call wreck. You wrecked. Economic wrecking. There's no greater crime to city planners.
I have a follow-up that I might want to do as a side scene to maybe like wrap it up.
Okay.
But maybe I'll leave it for now just because I have an idea that we can follow up with.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so I think I'll leave that for now. Figure it out later. My favorite moment was probably trying to navigate through the maze and stuff because I like those kinds of things. And we got to do a whole bunch of cool stuff in there and put our abilities like to pedal to the metal stuff going crazy. So that was really good.
Yeah, spending a lot from your pools. Used almost all of your abilities at some point.
Yeah. So that's me.
Perfect. All right, Sam.
Okay. I did not advance any of my arcs tonight necessarily, but I did accomplish what I set out to do. I'm really happy because this was my goal, and I was really scared that it wasn't going to work, and it did. And I'm really proud of everybody. Yeah, my favorite moment was just getting it, accomplishing it.
Yeah. and it may or may not, similar to Corey, it may advance an arc because there is a tie-in to like one of your arcs that has been entirely side scenes and like off camera,
right?
Sort of
thing.
So yeah, and yes, Samantha, as soon as Sam found out that part of money is made by labor of children, she was like, burn it to the ground.
Yeah, I'm really thrilled. And I want to give a special thanks to Alice and Corey for just not questioning why I wanted to do this at all and agreeing. And I feel like we did something really good. I don't care what consequences it has because I'm really happy for the kids. Sorry, I can't hold it together.
Me too. It was good. Good.
I'm thrilled. I'm really thrilled. And this is my favorite session we've had so far.
Perfect.
I,
Excellent.
as a person, get a joy.
You, as a person, get a joy. You get a joy. You get a joy. All
So
right.
good. Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I have nothing to promote right now at the moment.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Follow you on Twitter. There's all kinds of, uncaged goodness and all that stuff. But yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And Matthew.
I am Matthew. As far as I don't know what any of that stuff. I didn't I would like to think I advanced in some way between making a temporary pact with a demon and having basically going to first base with a demon.
I think you would definitely get joy from your forte, because your forte has to have
Yes, it
consorts
does.
with demons. Having intimate relationships with a demon is got to be part of your path to joy.
Yeah, and my character arc thing I chose was romance as well.
Well, if you want to romance this particular demon,
No, he's no good. They are no good for me.
that's right.
But yeah, so that's my character stuff, and I'm Matthew Foreman. I'm here a lot, and I'm also on a channel called Dice Priori where I run 2 shows and play in one every week. So check me out there. Check me out on Twitter. Say hey.
Perfect. All right, so yes, I am your GM for this shenanigan-filled stream. You can, of course, follow us. A whole lot of you are now subscribers for the month. So once again, from the bottom of my heart, and I think everyone else, a massive thank you to Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
Hanging out in
Yes.
chat. We really, really appreciate it. It is great. And you're one of the masters. So I much appreciate it. And for all of the subscribers, if you don't already follow us. We got a Patreon, things like that below. Support the channel as we incubate streams and welcome everybody to Invisible Sun.
Can I just say one more thing?
Mhm.
Please.
Yes.
Actually 2 more things. Okay, 1. We did this with 3 people, and I'm so proud of us. Like,
Go team.
Lucky, Nigel, and Alice, just amazing. Thank you guys so much. I'm really proud of us. And second of all, thank you, Dan. This is my favorite session that we've had so far. It was incredible.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you very
Really
much.
moving and just brilliant. Thank you. This is the best game that I've played in ever. So
My
really very good.
My favorite moment was, once again, mind penetrating a character of Matthew's.
This is twice we've had intercourse, Dan. People are going to start to talk.
I know. So it is VR After Dark, and things get a little mature, and but we've got our lines, and
We do.
absolutely. So thank you all for tuning in. Thanks all for being a delight in chat. We like to interact with you as we play this wonderful, wonderful game. Thank you to Monty Cook Games for making it, because it's awesome and my favorite game ever.
That's so
Oh my
great.
God.
And yeah,
I'm so in love with this system in this game.
Oh my
I'm like, whereas I wish I would have had this system when I started Ghost in the Machine.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shit.
it is so delightful.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you everyone, and we're gonna sign off, and hope to see you back here again next weekend.
Next
So,
weekend, when we see the
good-
repercussions of our actions.
Yes. Night, everybody.
Good night.